Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to episode of Comics Reviews. My name is Paul, and this is my review for the November 30th edition of Monday Night Raw. We have the New Day coming out and introducing Sheamus as the new WWE World Champion. Sheamus gloats, thus bringing out Roman Reigns. And Reigns basically steals the title, thus setting up the main event of the night. A good segment. It just made it made the champion look really weak. Just piss weak. I didn't like it. It was a joke. It was a joke. I just hated it. But good on Roman, I guess. Anyways, Roman Reigns leaves with the title. This segment is a 4. Then after the break, Reigns is backstage with Ambrose and the Usos as they are laughing about what just happened. And thus bringing up Stephanie and Triple H. Saying that Reigns we're in the talk about the Sheamus. Saying that the title doesn't belong to him, which is true. It doesn't. He just stole it, but it's whatever. It'll be Roman Reigns versus Sheamus tonight, but the caveat is that. And it's a 5-minute and 15-second match. Because that's how long Reigns held the title. And, yeah. Just pointless, really. But, a good match. I'm sure it's going to be a good match. Can't wait to see it. The first match of the night, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. A decent match, but in the end, Dolph Ziggler wins. And thus, Breeze's career just sinks further and further down. Which is a travesty. Alright, next up we have... I think it's Rusev coming down the ring. 1 second. Then we have Miz TV, probably the most boring TV show on the planet. Basically, Miz introducing Rusev talking about Lana, talking about the engagement. Just what the fuck has happened to this man? He used to be such a beast, and like now he's just turned to a smushed up puppy, pretty much. I mean, like, smooching Lana in the middle of a fucking ring, like, come on. That's whatever. Then Ryback comes out, he talks trash, and thus sets up Ryback vs. Rusev. Rusev loses via countout, and Ryback wins. I didn't really get behind Ryback as he came out. He's just lost interest in me as a character and as a persona. You know, he's just boring as fuck now. I'm starting to not like him. But go with for Ryback, I guess. And then we have a backstage segment with Triple H discussing Ambrose's things, and it's whatever. Next up, we have the Dudley Boys. We have the Dudley Boys segment. They talk about the Wyatts taking them out on SmackDown and on Raw last week. And thus comes out Tommy fucking Dreamer. Now he was a big shocker for me tonight. I didn't expect him to come back, but the former ECW champion comes back and he's teaming up with the ECW originals. I'm sorry, the Dudley Boys against the Warrior Family. And it's the Warrior Family with the rest of the Boys and Tommy Dreamer. Basically, the result is a no contest. It's an all-out brawl breaks. You know, just a pointless match, just a straight-up brawl. I loved it. And the next match coming up, we have a squash match. It is Goldust taking up Del Rio. Del Rio wins with a double foot stomp for the pinfall, and Del Rio wins, and thus bringing out Jack Swagger. Swagger ends up chasing off Del Rio. Just a squash match. I knew Goldust would be back to jobbing as per usual. It's what he does, pretty much. Just being forced to feed the younger talents, even though Alberto is not exactly young. He's a champion, but like he's made to look relevant. I guess this puts some relevancy back into Del Rio, but you know, alas, too late. His career's already fucking ruined. Next up we have the Usos versus the Lucha Dragons. New Day gets involved, and thus causing it a no contest. Pretty much. So yes, neither team won that match tonight. Next up, we have a backstage segment with the Lucha Dragons and the Usos. Allow me to step in to make it a triple threat at TLC. Basically, it is going to be a triple threat. Basically, it's going to be Sasha Banks versus Brie Bella. I wasn't going to watch this match until I found out the winner, but I ended up watching this match. It was a good match, respectful contest, but in the end, Sasha Banks wins with the backstab, with the bank statement, and he wins. She wins. Going for. Sorry, going for Sasha. Next up, we have the Usos and Ambrose walking to the locker room. John Reigns for his match tonight. Up next, we have the World Heavyweight Title Championship match. It is Sheamus versus Roman Reigns in a 5-minute, 15-second match. Basically, the League of Nations gets involved, thus setting up the actual main event. Reigns wins via DQ. Just a cheap win. I hate it when people win by DQ, but it was just a cheap win to introduce the League of Nations, pretty much. Next up, we have Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte wins with feigning an injury. Now, underhanded, dirty, evil, despicable, but it's what a champion does. I have to say, I didn't like how Charlotte won, but you know, you win by any means, and Charlotte is your winner. And then Lynch is seen in the ring stunned, and after the match, Lynch asks Charlotte, what was that all about? And then Charlotte says it's all about tough love. This isn't NXT anymore. It's the big leagues. Blah blah blah. Next up, we do a co-main event. Apparently, About time the Divas were featured in a co-main event. Awesome match. Great back and forth contest, but in the end, Charlotte won. Next up, we have Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos versus the League of Nations. Again, just a stupid, retarded name. I didn't watch this match because of the gay sides. If it was Reigns and Ambrose, was anyone else, and Reigns and Ambrose and anyone else, then yeah. Well, basically, I guess the New Day got involved, and like they got involved in the match somehow, even though they were never really involved to begin with. I suppose they were at the start of the show, so more POP, baby. Alright, that's going to be doing it for my November 30th edition of Monday Night Raw. Stay tuned for my next review. Coming up soon. I give this episode a 4 out of 5 stars. Basically, I didn't really like what they were doing with Becky Lynch. Again, they still treat her like fucking shit. They still treat her like fucking garbage. New Day got heavily involved in this Raw, which is awesome to see. Oh well, I like New Day. Plus they won, which is awesome. You know, I didn't really watch the match. I didn't really watch that match because of these Usos. That's the only reason I didn't fucking watch that match, because I find them boring as fuck. They're overrated, and like they're just boring and stale to me. So going for Ambrose, going for Reigns, but fuck the Usos. Alright, like and subscribe. Peace.